So you've already seen the title of this video, and this video is gonna be very controversial because most people think ADHD can only be cured with medication, which in my opinion is not the truth, but I let those people be, and if that's what that works for them, that works for them. So for the first things first, if you have ADHD and you take medication for it and the medication works for you, then just keep taking it and don't stop because of me. All I'm saying is, these are the things that worked for me since I really go bad on ADHD medication, alright? And also, I'm not a doctor, so I'm gonna call this bro science, so you can't sue me. Now that we actually can get started with the video, ADHD and focus. Focus as an ADHD person is really hard, especially when you've never tried to fix it. Fixing your focus is easy, and I have a few steps in this video which really helped me become more focused as someone with ADHD, and also be able to get my work done and actually do the things that I want to do instead of oh look at that. Alright, since we are starting with the video, the most important tip and the most important step for me that really worked for me is actually meditation. And now I will see a lot of people clicking away at this point because they're like, meditation, that's so boring, can't do shit, doesn't work. Most people are like that. That's because they either do it too short to actually make it work, they stop too fast, they quit, all the three the same basically things, or they don't really meditate. And the last one, I will help you on that. So the first few things, of course, don't stop instantly. Meditation is something that you need to practice and become better at. So what I would recommend you do is when you start with meditation and when you start meditating, start at like 1 minute. Finish that 1 minute every day and make it 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes. An app that really helped me is the app called Medito. That really helped me become better at meditation, and it's like a guided meditation guide, but good. So now on actually how to meditate. Most people get this wrong. Most people when they meditate, even with a guided meditation, they think that they're not allowed to think about stuff. That's not true. The core focus of meditation is about breathing, focusing on your breath of course. Every time you get distracted, what you will try to do is get back from the distraction. And the faster you can do that, the more focus you will gain from. That's what meditation actually does for you, and that's why it's so important. So when you get distracted, that is not a bad thing. What I want you to do is get distracted as many times as you need to, but every time you get distracted, go back to your breath. So we do 3 breaths right now. In, out, in, out, in, out. See what I'm doing there? I'm really breathing hard through my nose, getting it out through my mouth. That's really helps me focus on the breath. The second thing, drink or eat some type of beverage that will actually give you a little bit of dopamine. And I'm not talking about processed sugars here. I'm talking about something like caffeine or something like rice. Rice gives me dopamine actually. Food and drinks can give you dopamine. That's because when you have ADHD, you have a deficiency of dopamine, which in bro science basically means your brain doesn't work how it's supposed to work, right? You lose a lot of focus. Dopamine is really important for focus and motivation. So when you drink something like coffee or you eat something like rice or bread, you will get a little bit of dopamine, which means you're able to focus way better. This is really what works for me. Of course, a lot of people drink coffee a lot already, but what I would recommend you do, make some coffee, get something to eat, drink and eat that, only focusing on that, not a phone, not a book, nothing around you, just focusing on that, and then go to work. This is what really works for me, and this is what really gives me a lot of focus and dialing in. The third tip, do something that gets rid of extra energy. What do I mean with this? So like with ADHD, you have a lot of energy, right? You're very busy most of the times, and you just have basically you have a cup and it's overflowing with energy. That energy gives you a lot of unfocused things because you start focusing on everything. Do something like 50 push-ups before you start to record a video, for example. Like I did 50 push-ups before this. What this will create a little bit of energy output, and when you have outputted that energy a little bit, don't do it too much, just a little bit, then you will be able to focus all your other energy on the things that you actually need to do. Get rid of a little bit of energy every time you really need to dial in and focus. And one extra teeny tip that really works for me is sometimes, I know a lot of entrepreneurs will disagree with me, but just sometimes watch something you actually like a series, just one episode, not more, but one episode of something, And I know it will slow you down, and I know a lot of entrepreneurs will now hate on me. I don't care. This is what works for me sometimes, just to get rid of, I don't know, something. Just watch something, 20 minutes max, then get back to your work. And this is what really helps me dial in even more. I don't know if that's something with ADHD, but that's something that really works for me. And I have ADHD, so I hope it will work for you. The reason I'm going down this path more, I already talked about it in the sorry video, is because I really want to dial in on people who have ADHD, because we have a lot of trouble focusing. But we can fix it, and that's what most people don't know. You can fix that problem. So subscribe to this channel, give me a like and bell notification, because it will be a win-win for both of us. And then I will see you in the next video. Later.